Hello lovely people, welcome to Antizo Designs. My name is Florence. In this video, I'll be showing you how I make a basic sleeve using Natalie Bray method. So if you want to see how I achieve that, please keep on watching. Thank you. Before we start, we're going to take note of some measurements first. So we're going to have our top arm measurement, then the length of arm, that is from the shoulder to the wrist, that is the total length. And then we're going to have our length to elbow, also from the shoulder to the elbow, that's the length. Then you're going to take your elbow width, which is around the elbow. And lastly, we're going to take our wrist measurement. That's the width of our wrist, around the wrist. So for this person, this is a pretty big sleeve. Also, you can use proportions from this guide. I already have a link to it. So the sleeve proportion is there. Sometimes it's not always matching like for this person, but this will also be a guide for certain things. So for this person, her top arm is about 52 centimeters. Then her length of arm is 56 centimeters. Also, her length of elbow is 30 centimeters. And then her elbow measurement is 37 centimeters. And lastly, her wrist is 19 centimeters. Now, these are the measurements that I will be using for this particular sleeve. This is a fairly big sleeve. But if I was to use the, according to the guide, I would probably be using this measurement here, which doesn't tally with her measurement exactly. Her arm is shorter, her wrist and elbow are somehow matching, but the rest of it are not. So please measure your client or measure yourself before using the guide. Right. So now we're going to need a sheet of paper. And to get the size or the length of our paper, we're going to take the length of arm measurement minus 1 centimeter for the length. That is length of arm minus 1 centimeter. Mine will be 55 centimeters for my length, and then for the top arm, and then the width is going to be top arm plus 5 centimeters. So here it's going to be about 57 centimeters. Okay, this is the length of the sheet of paper I'm going to cut. So that is 55 centimeters by 57 centimeters. So I'm going to cut that now. This is the sheet of paper I'm going to use. My width is going to be 57 centimeters by 55 centimeters. I hope that makes sense.
Take me back to a place where I felt at home. Take me back to a day when we weren't alone. Take me back to an age when the world felt small. Way back before we blew it all. Take me back to a place where I felt at home. Take me back to a day.
This almost looks like a square, so if you don't want to get confused, you can write down what the measurements are so that you know where the length is and where the breadth is, or the width is. So this is, yeah, I made the sleeve a little longer, so I added about 3 centimeters or so to my measurement so that the length will be longer in case of any other shaped sleeve that I'm doing. So I have my length at 60 centimeters and then my width at 57 centimeters. I've marked it so that I don't get confused later. What I'm going to do now is fold my pattern paper in half. Remember, this is my width and this is my length. So I'm going to fold it lengthwise to the other side. Just fold it in half. The sleeve pattern is one of the easiest to draft. So, okay. Now from the top here, I'm going to measure my depth of crown. Now, according to the measurement that I'm supposed to use, which is my I'm using bust 112 here. so my sleeve is matching up to here. So the depth of crown, sorry, this is my depth of crown. I'm going to trace it down to where I want or where my measurement I'm using is, and this is 14.5. So I'm going to use 14.5 as my depth of crown. So 14.5 centimeters. I'm going to mark it from the top right at the edge. 14.5 centimeters. Alright, so as I've gotten my depth of crown all the way, I'm going to fold it again so that it can crease on the other side. If you don't want to do this, you can always just measure 14.5 centimeters here, but according to the Natalie Bray, fold the pattern and then get the crease on the other side, which is what I'm going to do here. I'm going to fold, and then here I'm going to label underarm point. So this is U, my underarm point on both sides. I'm also going to draw a straight line to show the dent. So, or the crease line. Now I'm going to fold this again so that I can have 4 lines. So I folded it the first time once. I'm going to fold it again lengthwise. So same thing, make sure they're matching. Now I folded it. I have 4 lines now. I folded it the first time, right? And then I got my depth of crown, which I then creased so that the other side the markings can show, and then I folded it a second time again. Now I'm going to open the paper so that the crease is showing. I've opened the pattern papers, and as you can see there are dents on it, so I'm going to trace the lines out so that they are very evident. Take me back to a place where I felt at home. Take me back to a day when we weren't alone. Take me back to an age when the world felt small. Okay, so now I have traced out the lines. I'm going to label them. I already labeled my underarm line, that is this U, and then I'm going to label my top line or my middle line T, and then my forearm line F, as always on this side, and then my back line B. So my underarm line U, my middle line or top line T, my forearm line always on this side F, and then my back line B. That's how I label it. Then this is my depth of crown line. So now I'm going to go back to my table of proportion and locate point B. Here on this measurement I have 6+ centimeters, and this is going to help in shaping the crown of the sleeve. So I'm going to use 6+ centimeters for my point B. That's the B line, right? For the front, it's always 6 centimeters from the top line, so I'm going to mark 6 centimeters from the top, and then point B I'm going to mark about 6.2 centimeters or 6.3 centimeters there, and just mark it. Now I'm going to draw a straight line from U to that 6 centimeters on F to the top line at the edge, and then another straight line to my 6.2 centimeters on the B line, and then to the other underarm point. So I'm just going to mark straight lines all across these points. Now that I've done this, I'm going to get the midpoint of each line. So from U to F, I'm going to get the midpoint. From F to T, I'm going to get the midpoint. From T to B, I'm going to get the midpoint. And then from B to U, I'm going to get the midpoint of all these places and mark them.
Take me back to a place where I felt at home. Take me back to a day when we weren't alone. Take me back to an age when the world felt small. Way back before we blew it all. Take me back.
On the midpoint from U to B, I'm going to go down 1 centimeter or more. So I'm going down about 1.2 centimeters. You can go down up to 1.5, but no more than. I mark that point. From B to T, I'm going to go up 1 centimeter, or you can go less than, but not less than 0.5 centimeters. So I'm going up 1 centimeter. On T to F, I'm going to go up 1.2 centimeters, which is fixed, 1.2 centimeters. And then finally from F to U, I'm going down 2 centimeters. I hope you understand. So also this is fixed 2 centimeters. I'm going to mark that as under the line. Connect all these points to get the crown of the sleeve. So here, this is the curved ruler I'll be using to draw the sleeve crown. Please watch how I place the ruler, because I don't know how to explain that in words. So please just watch how I place the ruler to draw the shape of the sleeves.
Take me back to a place where I felt at home. Take me back to a day when we weren't alone. Take me back to an age when the world felt small. Way back before we blew it all. Take me back to a place where I felt at home. Take me back to a day when we weren't alone. Take me back to an age when the world felt small. Way back before we blew it all. Too many things going on, I can't keep track of them all. From people dropping a bomb to people putting up walls. I feel like life is on hold, perception stuck in a vault. I know that time can heal all, but how much time till we fall? It's awfully chilly outside, when there's no shelter to hide. When everything is a lie, you'll find that out in some time. But when the things on your mind are all considered a crime, communication aside, we'll all just fight till we die. Is this an argument, or just the start of it? Either way, I don't wanna be a part of it. Can I just get some space? I don't have the heart for this. I can't be picking up the pieces, fixing scars from this. Is this an argument, or just the start of it? I wanna drive away so I can be so far from it. I wanna find a place where no one breaks their promises. Or maybe drown myself in something that is bottomless. Take me back to a place where I felt at home. Take me back to a day when we weren't alone. Take me back to an age when the world felt small. Way back before we blew it all. Take me back to a place where I felt at home. Take me back to a day when we weren't alone. Take me back to an age when the world felt small. Way back before we blew it all. I know that things seem bad, but they could be much worse. There's always someone else who has a greater curse, a greater thirst, a hunger, pain, and mercy. Just find whatever you got and try to be thankful first. I wanna feel again, I need a couple friends. I never really understood just how the story ends, but I can feel it's tense, don't know the consequence, the volatility.
This is what the crown of the sleeve should look like when you connect everything with your curved ruler. So now I'm just going to cut it out, and then we can complete the pattern. Alright, now I've cut off the parts I don't need for the crown. Next thing I'm going to do is flip the paper to the other side and fold so that this underarm line, or the underarm length, is touching the middle line. So I'm just going to fold that. Make sure that is as straight as possible. and turn over to the other side. What I want to do now is get my elbow length. So for my measurement, my elbow length is 30 centimeters. 30 centimeters. So this is our top line, our middle line. I'm going to measure 30 centimeters from there in a slanted manner. So wherever 30 centimeters stops on the pattern, let me take that again. So right now I want to get my elbow length. I'm not going to measure 30 centimeters straight like this. I'm going to measure it slanting towards the back line, as you can see, B. So towards the back line, I'm going to measure 30 centimeters. So from the top in a slanted manner, this is important, and mark that. So this place becomes our elbow point, that is E. Alright, now I want to get a straight line across. I'm going to just measure the same thing here. Here's my elbow point. Now I'm going to also crease it like I did for the depth of crown. So I'm going to fold it so that it's on all sides of the paper. And this is my elbow point here. Oh, I'm going to draw that slanted line. I'll use broken lines to do that because I don't. So this is my elbow point, which is creased on all sides right now. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to make this elbow crease visible. So I'm going to draw a straight line there. Now I'm going to measure. Remember, this is our elbow point. So I'm going to label this E. Then for notch marks, I'm going to measure 7.5 centimeters above. 7.5 centimeters above, and then 5 centimeters below. And then just draw a short mark on the sides. You're almost done with the sleeve, easy peasy. Okay, so I have my underarm line. I have my back line, my forearm line, my middle line, and now my elbow line is there too. This is all the way to the wrist measurement that I have for this person. So depending on what I want or the kind of sleeve I want, I can either make it shorter or longer. I'm going to fold it again to the other side. Alright, so I folded it. I'm going to turn it so that this open side is facing me. So this is my back line, this is my forearm line. By the time I flip it, this is my forearm line. This is my back line, and this is my middle line. T. Now, to complete this basic sleeve, I'm going to measure 2.5 centimeters. That is on my forearm line here, the F part. I'm going to measure 2.5 centimeters above and mark that. And then I'm going to roll a straight line all the way to the back fold, or the back line fold. So I'm going to run a straight line. That is to my 2.5 centimeters mark. And I'm going to cut that off too. Now this is done because in reality, when wearing sleeves, this the front is a bit shorter than the back, or the front fold is a bit shorter than the back. So I'm going to cut this off, and this will give the actual shape of the sleeve. Alright, time I open it, this is what the basic sleeve is like. This is the complete basic sleeve. As you can see, it's very big and bogus. There's no shape into it. And from this sleeve, we're going to get the shaped sleeve. You can get the bishop sleeve. You can use it from this basic sleeve. You can use it to get all other sleeve styles. You can also do a similar thing for the elbow. That is, you can also mark 2.5 centimeters above and then connect it. That's if you're going for a shorter sleeve. But I'm not doing that. The sleeve crown is supposed to be about 13 or 12 centimeters bigger than the armhole. So you should check. You can use your patterns to check the armhole and then measure the sleeve too. So every sleeve cannot be exactly the same size, but with easing you can sew it fine without any problems. Okay. Alright, the last thing I'm going to do now is to finish the sleeve. I'm going to mark 1 centimeter on both sides of this back line. So I'm going to mark 1 centimeter on both sides. This is my back line, so I'm going to mark 1 centimeter on both sides. Okay, then I'm going to draw the lines to the top of the back line. That means I want to dot this because this is a basic for for every shaped sleeve or semi-shaped sleeve, you know, even the tight fitting sleeve. So this part is important, especially when you're going to adapt it to other styles. So I'm just going to draw a straight line as that. Alright, now I've drawn the line. I'm going to fold that all the way so that it runs off to nothing at the top. You can pin and sew, but this is what I'm going to transfer. This is what I'm going to transfer to my copy so that I don't have to redraft over and over again. So I'm just going to make that line visible for when I'm tracing. And this is the final step, you guys. This will help easily when I want to make a shaped sleeve or a tight fitting sleeve. Now that's it. Remember, 1 centimeter on both sides, not more than that. That way this line isn't going to be as straight anymore, and also the underarm line. So this is what I'm going to use as my basic sleeve pattern. Alright, okay, so thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.